The ocean, vast and unknowable, held ancient secrets. Its depths, a realm of perpetual twilight, whispered tales best left unheard. This was the Sargasso Sea, a place of legend and dread. Sailors spoke of its eerie calm, a stillness that felt unnatural, pregnant with unseen menace. The crew of the Sea Serpent felt it instantly, a prickling unease as they entered the Sargasso. The air grew heavy, the silence broken only by the creak of the ship and the distant cries of unseen gulls. An unnatural chill permeated the air, despite the sun beating down from above. The sea, normally a vibrant blue, took on a sickly, phosphorescent hue. Strange bioluminescent creatures drifted beneath the surface, their forms shifting and pulsating in the gloom. There was an unsettling beauty to it all, a macabre spectacle that both fascinated and repelled. The first sign of trouble came without warning. A sailor, perched high in the crow's nest, vanished. One moment he was there, silhouetted against the setting sun. The next, gone. No cry, no splash, just an empty space where he had stood moments before. Panic gripped the crew. Whispers of the Sargasso's dark reputation spread like wildfire. Some spoke of monstrous creatures that lurked beneath the waves, others of ghost ships and malevolent spirits. The captain, a grizzled veteran of countless voyages, tried to calm his men. It was an accident, he insisted, a rogue wave, perhaps. But even his voice lacked conviction. He had heard the stories too, felt the unsettling presence that seemed to emanate from the very depths of the sea. As night fell, the whispers began. Softly at first, like the sigh of the wind through rigging, then louder, more insistent. They seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, slithering around the deck, seeping up from the water itself. They were not human whispers, of that much the terrified sailors were sure. They held an alien cadence, a chilling sibilance that spoke of ancient, unknowable things. Some thought they heard their names called, beckoned by the unseen voices to their doom. Sleep was impossible. Fear, thick and suffocating, hung over the ship like a shroud. The sailors huddled together, their faces pale in the flickering lantern light, each man praying that he would not be the next to disappear. Dawn brought a horrifying discovery. A thick fog had rolled in, blanketing the Sea Serpent in an unnatural silence. As the mist slowly dissipated, it revealed a sight that sent chills down their spines. Rising from the depths, as if reaching up from the abyss itself, were the ruins of a city. Towers of cyclopean stone, eroded and overgrown with seaweed, pierced the surface, their peaks lost in the swirling fog above. The remnants of a civilization lost to time, swallowed by the sea in some forgotten cataclysm. But it was the silence of the city that was most unsettling. No fish swam amidst the ruins, no birds circled overhead. It was a dead city, a tomb swallowed by the sea. And yet the sailors could not shake the feeling that they were being watched, their presence unwelcome in this drowned metropolis. Driven by a desperate hope of escape, the captain ordered the anchor raised. But as the heavy iron chain slowly emerged from the water, it brought with it a horrifying secret. Entangled in the anchor's flukes, bound by thick ropes of seaweed and barnacles, was a body. The missing sailor, his eyes wide with terror, his face contorted in a silent scream. But it was the markings carved into his chest, strange symbols that pulsed with an eerie green light that filled the crew with a primal dread. As they watched in horror, the symbols began to glow brighter, the light spreading across the deck, illuminating the faces of the terrified sailors in a sickly green hue. The whispers, silent since the appearance of the city, returned with a vengeance louder than before, swirling around them like a vortex of madness. From the depths, drawn by the light, a form began to rise. Vast, tentacled, its body a writhing mass of flesh and shadow, it dwarfed the Sea Serpent, its eyes burning with an ancient, malevolent intelligence. The whispers reached a deafening crescendo, the air crackled with energy. The sailors, driven mad by terror, leaped into the sea, choosing a quick death over whatever fate awaited them on board the haunted ship. The Sea Serpent, caught in the grip of the monstrous entity, began to sink, the screams of the crew swallowed by the depths. The last thing the captain saw before the icy water closed over his head was the city, its towers glowing with an unholy light, the ancient ritual complete, the slumbering horror of the deep awakened once more.